Hello and welcome back. So today I just wanted to do quite a quick video, well not too quick but just popping in. I've got a new drawing on the board. If you follow me you would have seen this gorgeous cat that I'm working on. I thought I'd share a bit of process with him today. So I'm working on the Kansan velvet, the beige colour. I think you'll agree it's an absolute gorgeous colour, which I thought would be good to draw this kitty on. So yeah, I just thought I'd record some of the process on drawing him. Also the pencil brands that I'm using also. Just wanted to discuss all the different brands I'm using. And that's a good topic actually. A lot of people say, what brands do you use? And that's a bit of a tough question because I use them all actually. They're all good on most of the surfaces I use, but they all have that little edge. They all have something different to give. But I do find that the Holbeins work particularly well on the Kansan velvet in my experience. They blend lovely, and I often use sometimes I use the old pencil stub, but I quite often revert back to a cotton bud. You can use a brush also, but I find that a bit messy myself. But I've used some quite nice colours for the cat so far. So I'm using all these ones. Plus I've got loads on my desk behind me as well. But going with the Holbeins, I'm actually using some really lovely colours. For the darker area I've actually put in a bit of raisin, which has worked quite well. I just thought I'd give it a go, which is a nice purpley sort of colour. That's worked well. And then the cocoa, the autumn leaf and the brick, they've all worked quite nice. It's just a bit of trial and error really. We can't really get it wrong. And then I've used some luminance, the sepia 50s and 70. What else? The Mars violet and the Derwent lightfast. Quite a few Pablos. I actually found that the granite rose and the apricot worked quite well for the shine, because you get quite a nice point with them. I mean, that could probably go a bit sharper. So yeah, they've all got something to give, all the different brands, so it's always nice to get as many as you can. I don't think you can have too many pencils. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share a bit of the process. I'm just going to do some of his, the rest of his back there. See, he's got quite a fluffy back there, quite nice colours. So I'll record a bit of that with you. I have had some people ask me a bit about it, so I thought I would share on YouTube, and hope you enjoy it. And if you've got any questions about the materials I'm using, please do ask. I'm always happy to help if I can. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna get to the drawing. Okay, so I've got my kitchen paper in place there. I've not got my light on, but I think we're okay for light. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this little section here. Obviously all this is done already, but I thought I'd share a bit, as I say. So what I've been doing with first is I've used the brown ochre in the Polychrome range, burnt ochre, sorry, and I've obviously got all these lines here, and I'm kind of ignoring them. I'm trying to not make this too complicated. I have got the line art on there, as you can see. But as I've said many a times in my video, I don't do exactly the same as on the picture. I like to do my version of it. And you can still see the line art anyway, but I don't stick to it religiously. I just like to use it as a bit of a guide there. I'll just go up to there because it starts getting dark again. But yeah, I found that the burnt ochre was a nice base colour. Okay, so we've got a nice even layer of the burnt ochre. And before I go any further, the next thing I've been doing is I've been getting the walnut brown. I can find it. I think I've got about 200 pencils out. So I've got the walnut brown, and I'm just refining the different sort of tufts of hair now. Looking at the photo and then just sort of refining a little bit more before I start colouring it in a bit more. This cat photo is on Pixabay if you're interested. I'm just using this walnut brown to fill in the darker areas. I think that bit's quite dark up there. I always find with something like this, because you've got quite a bit going on in the coat, just do a section at a time or whatever's easier for you, and it's not as complicated as you think. It just takes time. I've actually had quite a lot of questions about this surface. You know what it's like. The only description I can say really, it is quite similar to pastel matte, but it's a lot smoother. It's still a toothy paper, but it's just a smoother, it's just a nicer quality paper in my opinion. I find that the pastel matte could be quite coarse for colour pencils, but this just seems a bit softer. Yeah, I just prefer this over the pastel matte now, but I think it's one of those things you just need to try it out and see if it's for you really. I think it's about £8.50 or £9 a sheet. I would just say get a sheet of it and see what you think. It comes in quite a few different colours as well. I've actually got some white, and I think it's a lighter one to this. I can't think of the name of it now, but I'm going to give it a go. And yeah, so all you can do is just give it a go and see if it suits you. So now I'm going to go with the cocoa. I'm with the Holbein now. Start putting this colour in over the walnut brown, coming into the burnt ochre. I'm actually going to do this little tuft here. So I'm just going to go back to the burnt ochre there, just fill in the rest of this bit here. So you can probably hear that it's quite a toothy paper, but it's also soft at the same time. It's one of those that it's, yeah, you've just got to give it a go, see if you like it. I mean, it's very soft to touch as well. I mean, it feels lovely. Okay, let's go back to my cocoa. Perfect colours for the autumn, I say. We're just going into autumn now. Okay, I'm going to go back to the walnut and just refine that a bit more. I'll probably do a sharpening that up a little bit. I'm just going to go with the Polychromes black now, just to darken up a couple of bits. I don't want it too dark. This is where the different pencil brands come in handy. I didn't want to go with the Derwent drawing because that would be too dark, whereas this one, you're not covering up all the colours, you're just darkening it up. These are quite a transparent pencil, so you can sort of keep layering them and all the colours come through. Whereas with the Derwent drawing, once you put that black down, it's black. Okay, and then I think finally for that little section, I'm going to go with the apricot in the Polychromes. And this is quite magical with this one. You can put in the light over the dark, so this is where you can get some lighter bits, and where you can put in some individual little furs if you want to. Let's sharpen mine up. It does really need to be sharp for this, but you can see it goes over quite nicely. And you can do some odd little strands just to make it less sort of blocky if you want to. The granite rose works just the same as well. So rather than just using a white pencil, this sort of blends a bit nicer. I'll put in a bit of the granite rose as well. See if it's sharp enough. Yeah, that's fine. I think the apricot is probably the better in this bit. Paint a bit more of my walnut brown just to soften it a bit more. Well, I think that's it for this little section. I hope that's been of help. But yeah, that's all I've done for this part here. Probably used a few other colours as well, like the cocoa in the Pablo. That's always a good one to use. And actually, I think that's about all I've been using. So yeah, I'm going to move down to this bit here, which is a lot more ready coming down the back here. So I'll probably be using more of the Mars orange. So yeah, I might get this finished today. We'll see how we go, and I hope you've enjoyed that, but I think that's coming out quite nicely. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it.